Thank you all for being here. My name is Jason Camelio, and I'm from the Office of Global Initiatives at Berklee, and welcome to this edition of Global Connections. This session is an opportunity for us to present to all of you the amazing work and the scholarship programs offered by the Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation. And I'll get to that in a minute and introduce our host for this evening and our guests. But for right now, I just wanted to go over some Zoom rules while we're letting everybody get settled into the Zoom session. We're going to do a bit of presenting at the top of the session for you. The session is being recorded. So for those of you that need to go back and check this out later, we're going to have it available on our YouTube page tomorrow. We'll get it up on social media as well so that you can go back and check it out, because there's going to be a ton of great information in the session. We're going to observe Zoom rules. So during the presentations, we'll be communicating via the chat, but keep your cameras on if you can, but just make sure you stay muted. But we're going to get to a Q&A session, a question and answer session later, and we're going to bring any of you that have questions online so you can speak with our host and our guests from the Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation. So without further ado, we're going to jump in because I've got a really special colleague, friend, Berklee alumna to introduce to you, an incredible musician, somebody that I've had the privilege of working with now for, gosh, it's been a while. We're not going to say the number of years.
It's more than 20 years.
Yeah, it has been. It's pretty crazy. Somebody who I've had the fortune of working with in many iterations, from before she came to Berklee to now her work as the Senior Director of Programs at the Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation. Welcome, Nannette Velez. We're going to turn it over to you and hand it off to you to get into this session.
Thank you so much, Jason, for that warm welcome. And thank you, everybody. Bienvenidos. Welcome to our session. We're so excited that you were able to connect to learn more about the scholarship process. So as Jason said, my name is Nannette Velez, Director of Programs of the Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation, and I have the privilege to work with the scholarship program, the grant program, and the music education programs at the foundation. And today we're gonna let you know all about our scholarships. So today we have some very special and very talented scholarship recipients of the foundation. Today with us is Valentina García. She was the winner of the Sophia Carson Scholarship. Woo! She's studying at Berklee College of Music. We have Aitana Poey Rodriguez. She won the Gifted Tuition Scholarship, and she's also studying at Berklee College of Music. And we also have María Bustos, who won the Gifted Tuition Scholarship and is studying at Longy School of Music in Boston too. And Alvaro Huancahuari, who won the Tuition Assistance Scholarship, and he was studying and now graduated from Facultade de Musica de Souza, Lima in Brazil. And we also have Luis Anselmi. He won the Tuition Assistance Scholarship and is studying at Humber College in Canada, and he's graduating this year. So let's give them all a round of applause, virtual with emojis, everything. Before I pass it on to these amazing scholarship recipients, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about our scholarships. So up to date, the foundation has 338 scholarships awarded all over the world. We have three types of scholarship. One is the Prodigy Scholarship that is co-sponsored by a Latin music artist. It has been co-sponsored by, as Jason said, Juan Luis Guerra, Sophia Carson, Juanes, Julio Iglesias, Emilio and Gloria Estefan, Carlos Vives, Miguel Bosé, Enrique Iglesias. And this year it's been sponsored by Nicky Jam. So it's the 2023 Nicky Jam Scholarship. And that scholarship is for to attend Berklee College of Music for 4 years of study. It's up to $200,000, and it covers tuition and room and board. So we give one of those a year. The next one is called the Gifted Tuition Scholarship. That is awards up to $100,000 to 3 talented music students, and it's also to pursue a bachelor's degree, but it's at the College of University of the Student's Choice. And we also award 40 tuition assistance scholarships of up to $10,000 each to study a bachelor's degree or a master's degree at the university of their choice. What are the requisites to apply? So you have to love Latin music. The Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation celebrates Latin music and its creators all around the world, and that's our mission. So you have to be a Latin music lover. You have to be between the ages of 17 and 25. You have to be admitted to the college or university that you are applying to. So you have to upload your admission letter to the application. And the deadline to apply is April 10 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, Miami time. And now I'm going to pass it on to our scholarship recipients to tell you a little bit more about their experience and some tips that can help you. Valentina, take it away.
Hi, good evening here from Boston. I'm Valentina García. I'm from Caracas, Venezuela. I've lived there my whole life until I left for Berklee, so I'm really new here. Currently, I'm in my 2nd semester here at Berklee. And I'm so excited and happy to be here because I've been in this very same panel twice, actually, in 2021 and 2022, with a notebook, writing down all the tips the other scholars recipients told us to. I was listening to Nannette, I was listening to everybody that's here today, and to be here talking as a scholar recipient is like a full circle moment. And for most of you, it's going to happen. For 44 people that are here right now, this is going to happen, and I've known about this scholarships for 3 years now, from 2020. Yeah, from 2020. And I always saw it as something like unreachable and like this very, very perfect, far away dream. And now I'm here in Boston talking to you guys, and I'm so excited to do so and to help you. So I'm going to give you some tips. And the thing that I think worked most for me was the song choices that I made for the application for the scholarship. So number one, I'm from Venezuela. Like I said, I lived there my whole life. And one of the things I wanted to show the Latin Grammy Foundation is who I was, okay? You got 3 videos per scholarship, so you can send 3 videos in each application. They can be 3 different videos for each application, doesn't have to be the same. And that's kind of what I did. I sent, I think it was 7 videos because I applied to all 3 scholarships of the Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation, the Prodigy, the Gifted, and the Tuition Assistance. And so in those videos, you really have to show them who you are, what you can do. And I know it's like very complicated to put that in like 1 song or like 2-3 songs, but that's the challenge. And that's why I'm here to give you some tips on. I grew up in Venezuela and I love Latin music, especially Venezuelan music. So for my song choice, I did 2 Venezuelan songs. Joropo is O Color de los Pozos y Llanera Altiva. In one of the 7s, I don't remember which scholarship was, but it was many. And I think that's what they're looking for. Like Nannette said, you have to be a Latin music lover, and that's who we are. I mean, for me as a musician, the music I play, the music I feel most connected to is who I am, and show them that in the video is very, very important. That's the most important thing. You can't try to like overcompensate with like, I'm gonna do a very hard song that I don't feel comfortable with, and I'm gonna impress them by doing this incredible run that I don't know how to do, but I'm gonna do it. That's not the idea. The idea of this is showing them who you are. And I think that's really what worked for me. I had, of course, the pleasure and privilege to meet Sophia Carson, who's the artist that gave me the scholarship. And I remember she said she looked at my videos and she read my essays, and it was who I was. This is not about the most talented musicians. You know how many musicians are in the world? There are many music students that want this, and you want this. So that's, yeah.
But just one Valentina.
Just one what?
Just one Valentina.
Exactly.
Alright.
And there's only one of you in the world. Like, nobody else. And that's what sets you apart. I had this singing professor that has been my singing professor for my whole life in Venezuela, and she told me, you have to be a yellow chair in a public full of red chairs. So you imagine a theater and it's all full of red chairs, and you're that one yellow chair. You're gonna stand out. You're gonna stand out. And the only way to do that is being yourself. And by being myself, for me, it means my culture, my heritage, and my origins. So that's why I think it's very important to know the song choice that you're gonna make based on who you are and where you're from. I did for the third option, you have to send a video, is 2 contrasting videos, and the third one is an original song or an arrangement. And that is what I try to showcase the Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation. I did an arrangement of La Vie en Rose by Edith Piaf. This is a very famous French song. I did it in French and Spanish. But I did this arrangement in merengue caraqueño and 5/8, which is a rhythm known, very well-known rhythm in Venezuela. And I think those kind of things that set you apart, that where you're from, who you are, what your intentions are towards music, which is in the essay, I'm gonna get that to a little bit later. That is the most important thing you can do. Be yourself. Don't worry about the quality of the video, the quality of the audio. As long as you're showcasing who you are and where you're from, I think you got a very high chance to get this opportunity, which is incredible and amazing. So the essay, I don't know the questions this year. I remember from last year, it was, who's your favorite Latin artist? And I think it was like, what's your plan? What do you want to do with this? You know, like,
why do you want to study music?
Why do you want to study music, right? And so I think you gotta take the chance in those essays to really talk about who you are from those questions. You know, I know it's hard because it's only 2 questions, only 3 videos, but doing so, they really get to know you. You have to try to put yourself into your heart and your soul into those essays, responding those questions. And that's basically what I did. Of course, there's a lot of hard work behind it. There's a lot of studying, practicing, preparing for it. But it's just being yourself, feeling comfortable with what you're playing. I cannot stress this enough. You please don't try to do overcomplicated, super hard things that you think are gonna impress them. Just be yourself, use your music, use your rhythms, your culture, your sounds. Those are perfect. They're perfect in every way. And that's what the Latin Grammy wants to showcase, Latin music. So do it, use it for you, and it's gonna work.
Thank you, Valentina. That's great advice. And what she said, you can apply for all 3 scholarships. You can apply only once, but for all of them. If you're admitted to Berklee, you can apply to the Prodigy and to the Gifted and to tuition assistant. If you're not admitted to Berklee and other universities, you can do the Gifted and the tuition assistant. And what Valentina said, record what best can showcase your talent and your knowledge and who you are. Sometimes people try this very complicated or rhythms that they don't know quite well. Just play the best that you can. And also in the video, like she said, the yellow chair and the sea of red chairs, you're the one who has to shine in the video. It's okay, and it's great to have amazing musicians accompanying you, but you are the one who has to shine, okay? You have to be the protagonist of that video.
Yeah.
Thank you, Valentina. Next, we also have Aitana, who's at Berklee College of Music too, and Aitana is a singer, a clarinet player. You play flute too, right? I don't know what else you play. You play like 10 instruments.
Yeah, and I feel like that was also the key for my audition. But well, yeah, my name is Aitana Poey. I'm a multi-instrumentalist and composer from Cuba, Havana, Cuba. And regarding this whole like the audition, my advice is gonna come from my own personal experience. I studied clarinet in Cuba. I'm a classical clarinet player, but there I also started playing flute, saxophone. We all have to play piano in Cuba, so that was there too. Then when I moved to Guatemala, I studied there music production. So you will see how this comes to a point, but and then I applied to Berklee as a vocalist. And this is like a little tip or piece of advice for you guys, because I felt like for my Berklee audition, I was only able to, like, I accompany myself on the piano, but I was applying for one principal instrument, but I play many instruments. And I felt like the Latin Grammy gave me the chance to show who I really am, just like Valentina and I was saying, but while playing all the instruments that I can play: clarinet, flute, sax. I remember that I also played sax, soprano sax and baritone sax in one song while I was singing and recording the backing vocals and mixing the whole thing. And then on the other song, I was singing and playing piano. So I felt like that little detail, little of many, really helped showcasing who I am as a musician. It's not only like, oh, I can sing, but I can also play many instruments, like woodwind instruments. And I can also, that was like my third video was an arrangement of an Afro-Cuban Yoruba.
I remember.
Oh, that's
Great.
nice. It was also an arrangement of an Afro-Cuban religious song into a full like jazz fusion context and a solo with flute, but also with voice. And the arrangement was mine. Like I just took like that part of the Afro-Cuban thing and I put it into a context. So just on that little space and of 3 songs, I was actually able to show that I'm from Cuba, that I'm really in touch with my Afro-Cuban roots, and that I play many instruments, that I also like produce. Back then I was like kind of like starting or getting into it. So all these details, like they also tell the story for you. It's not only what you're seeing or the piece that you choose to showcase. It's how you perform that, how you put it into the place. And I was looking into the chat too, and the way that you were saying like the yellow chair and everything, that's also a visual thing that we have to try to accomplish while recording this, because for me, I had to do it at the beginning of the pandemics. Like when I started to get the musicians for my thing, the conga player said like, you know what? Let's wait until this pass away. You will see, like in 2 weeks, everything is gonna be open. We're gonna be able to record. And I was like, I don't think that's gonna happen. So I took the things on my hand, and that's also why I ended up playing half of the instruments myself, because I had to. But that also helped them. So the fact that all the instruments, or even if you are like playing with a band, try to make sure that the people that are watching that video recognize you as the main person. If someone is taking a solo, that should be you. If someone is like dressing white while everyone else is dressing black, that should be you. So make sure that you get the spotlight and try to think strategically about that. So that's a thing. And about the other thing, like playing with tracks and playing with trio solo, like, yeah, I guess that I'm an example of that. Like I almost ended up doing everything myself, then putting it together and try to make it work, because we were just at the beginning of the pandemic. We thought that that was gonna.
It was 2020 you won, right?
2020.
Yeah.
So it was really intense. And the last thing that I would say regarding I see this one. The letters have to be written in Spanish. Yeah, they can actually be like all the
The
essays can.
recommendation letters, the application, everything can be in Spanish, English, and Portuguese. Okay. And for another question that somebody had there about the recommendation letters, it can be from any music teacher or professor that you've had. If you only had one music teacher, then another teacher from your school, any other instructor that can speak on your behalf and talk about your talent, your responsibility, your perseverance, and help you shine. And like Aitana said, the videos you can record as a soloist. It can be a duo, a trio, a quartet. It can be a big band. If you're playing with a lot of musicians, just you have to clearly identify yourself in the video. Just if you already have a video playing with a big band, just in the description in YouTube, say, I am the woman dressed with the flower shirt on the left. So the committee knows who you are. And some people, if you're already using a video that you already have, some people record something extra. Say, hey, my name is Nannette Velez. I'm going to present to you a video of me playing flute with a Afro-Cuban Latin jazz band. I am the one in the yellow shirt. Enjoy. Something like that you can also do too. The video, you decide how much you're going to edit it. Some people just do it live. Some people just do it in one take. Some people edit it and put themselves like 3 or 4 times, like simultaneously playing different instruments, like Luis Anselmi. You can do anything that you want. But remember, the committee is not going to evaluate you based on your video creativity. They're evaluating you based on your talent, on your intonation, your articulation, your performance, your tune, everything, okay? So we haven't talked about the committee. So we have a scholarship committee that evaluates the applications. We don't evaluate or score the applications. So it's a committee of professors, performers, friends of the academy, and they're all over the world, and they score your performances. Aitana, do you want to add anything else? And thank you so much for your recommendations.
Sure, of course. One last one, and I'm pretty sure that you guys are already taking care of this, and it's the fact of doing the things with time. Because getting the letters back from your professors, editing the videos or not editing, like all of these decisions should be taken with time. And also the essay part, you should be able to have enough time to submit it before the last day or the last 2 days, and make sure that you also are aware of where is the time zone where it is.
Yes.
Because you don't want to like submit something and then you're in, I don't know, Colombia, and it's like 3 hours ago already. Make sure that you have time so you don't have to rush, and you can just show yourself, but really well and not stressed because it's gonna close.
Yeah, exactly. Like she said, don't leave it for the last minute. Pay attention to the time zone because it's Miami time, Eastern time. And also you can just go in the application anytime, and you can just go through all the pages and see everything that you need. You don't have to submit it as soon as you go in. You can just save your work and then wait and get your recommendation letters, go in again and continue, okay? So the age is 17 to 25. I'm seeing some questions here. The tuition assistance can be used for graduate school if you're in the age range. And I saw, so for the Prodigy Scholarship, you have to start in fall 2023. Okay, you have to be admitted and start in fall 2023. If we don't have this, all the scholarships start in September or August. We don't have the funds to start before, okay? So some people sometimes have a hard time, like I need 1 more semester because I need to save some more money. You could start in January too, okay? But for the Prodigy fall, for the other ones, you can ask for an extension if you're a winner and start in January. Teacher, yeah, they don't have to, the teacher, they don't have to hold a degree. The word limit on the essays is inside the application. It's very big. It's you can put whatever you want. We don't expect you have to write 200 words. No, you just can't get past like 5,000 or something. Okay. Thank you, Aitana.
Of course.
And next we have María Bustos, who's studying at Longy School of Music. And María also won in 2020, right, María? Yeah, she did.
Yes.
Tell us
Hello.
about your experience. How's it going? What you're doing? How does it feel to be in Longy?
Okay, hi. As Nannette said, my name is María Bustos. I'm currently 22 years old. I'm doing my undergrad in Longy School of Music. I'm on my second year. Yeah, second year. And yeah, I also won the gifted scholarship as Aitana in 2020. And I'm from Venezuela as Valentina, but I'm from a different city. I'm from María. It's more like a mountain city. Yeah, so being in Longy has helped me a lot to expand my musical range. Like we do a lot of new music, like modern music, and that's been like a challenge and a really good experience for me. And about my process of winning the Latin Grammy Scholarship, I really did it just like for I wasn't how do I explain it? I didn't believe in myself. And that's like a very good thing that I can tell to you, like you have to really believe on yourself. And about the video, it doesn't matter if you have like a good camera or like the perfect lights or whatever. I record on my bedroom, like literally sitting on my bed, and I still won the scholarship. So that's like another thing that I wanted to add. Like don't worry about those matters, or like if the video is too edited or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just the content of the video and what you're showing. What else
Let me
can
tell
I
you, Maria, the committee was super impressed with your talent, with your execution. Maria she put her phone and she started playing.
Thank you so much. And yeah, I play the flute. I think I didn't say it. I play the flute. I'm formed in classical music. I started doing like Latin music like 4 years ago, and I'm like in love of it. It's amazing. I'm reading some questions. Yeah, Enrique, the scholarship that covers the room and board is the one for Berklee.
Is the Prodigy Scholarship covers room and board and tuition. The Gifted Tuition Scholarship, Beca Talento para Matrícula, and the Tuition Assistance Scholarship, Beca Asistencia para Matrícula, they cover only tuition.
Exactly. Yeah, like Valentina and Aitana took all my ideas. Like I think they really explain everything about the process. The most important thing is being yourself and play or sing something that you're really comfortable with. And yeah, don't try to be over the top and try new things. It's not the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. That's it.
Thank you, Maria. That was great advice. Now we're going to hear from Alvaro Huancahuari, who's in Brazil and graduated from Facultade de Musica de Souza, Lima. Hello, Alvaro. ¿Cómo estás?
Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be part of the Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation. Well, my experience with audition were maybe it's not different to everyone. I think everyone feels pretty nervous about audition, but the guys here talk about you have to play comfortable. You have to play
Mhm.
what you know. So what can I say? If maybe try to be.
Oh no, I think we're having connection
Try to
problems.
be.
Hello.
Here, we're back. You're back.
Grace back.
Everybody was like, try to be
Hello.
what?
Oh, hello.
We can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, maybe try to be pretty different. Try to be like I don't know how to say, but
You can say it in Spanish
es que no
or
me
in
acuerdo
Portuguese.
la palabra en español. Es como trata de ser una
Único, diferente, que sobresalga.
claro, es como versátil la
Versátil.
palabra.
Try to be versatile. I can see that you're versatile.
Like maybe the first video you can play a bolero or a bossa, and the second one try to be really different, like a tempo or a salsa or a samba, you know.
And that's exactly
So-
what we asked for. We asked for the two performances that are covers. So you have 3 songs. So you do 2 performances that are covers of live music, or one can be live music and the other one can be another genre. And the third one is an original composition of any type of genre. So we ask you for them to be in contrasting tempos. We don't need a specific tempo. It's just that they need to be different. Like Alvaro said, you can play a bolero and the next one can be like a high-paced salsa. So they see that your versatility, and then you can play very good in your intonation when you're playing like a slow ballad, or when you're playing fast, they can see your chops and everything. I also saw that you don't have to improvise, but improvise is welcome. And if you do, we ask you to do 2 rounds so the committee can appreciate your improvisation. What else, Alvaro?
Yeah. Also, if you don't have maybe you don't have a great camera, if you don't have money to pay a studio, don't get stressed. Take a chill pill. Because I remember I think it was the second time I applied for a scholarship. I recorded 2 up-tempo songs. And then I remember that I have to record a slow for one day before the deadline description. So this slow tempo music I recorded with I think it was an iPhone or iPad. But as Nannette say, I was the protagonist. I was the in the middle of the camera, you know. So you have, maybe if you don't have money to pay a great studio, don't get stressed. Just study the music. Just play comfortable. Just play what you know, but try to be try to be comfortable. I mean, yeah.
Thank you,
So,
Alvaro. No, that's exactly what I want people to know. You don't need to go to a studio. If you do, great. But you don't need to do it. Maria and Alvaro just recorded with their iPhones and their iPads, and they did great.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Alvaro. And now I would like, I saw a couple. So the Prodigy Scholarship and the Nicky Jam Scholarship and the Gifted Tuition Scholarship up for bachelor's degree for licenciaturas, and they're for 4 years of study, for 8 semesters, okay? but the tuition assistance scholarship is awarded for 1 year of study. It's divided into 2 semesters. And you can use a part of it in the first semester and then a part of it in the second semester. That one, you can continue to apply, and you can even win it again and continue to use it during your studies. No, the Prodigy Scholarship covers tuition and housing. That's the only one that covers tuition and housing. The gifted and tuition assistant only cover tuition. And now I would like for you to hear from Luis Anselmi. He's studying in Humber College in Canada, and he's graduating this year. So give it up for Luis Anselmi.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Nannette. Thank you, Jason, Berklee Global, and the foundation for this opportunity. I'm very excited to be here, and I'm very happy for everything that everyone has shared, Valentina, Aitana, María, and Alvaro. And I made a PowerPoint presentation that I think could summarize everything that has been told and maybe answer some of the other questions that you have left. So without further ado, I would like to show you that right now. Let's go, sharing my screen. Just confirmation that everybody can see my screen right now.
Looks good.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'll make it full screen, and just a disclaimer, I know that everyone's situation is different, so I try to make this presentation as broad as possible and try to cover as many things, and everything from the perspective of my own experience with the foundation. So I want to start from the beginning, and the first thing that I want to say is that you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan for everything that's going to happen after you apply for this scholarship. And my situation in 2016 when I first applied is that I was back in Caracas, Venezuela, playing with my group at that time. And I decided to apply to Berklee College of Music in 2016, and I got accepted, and I was excited. And you know, I was just focused on going to Berklee. That was my only plan. And that was my mistake. I should have made other plans, because after I realized that I couldn't cover all of the tuition expenses, even with the support of the foundation, I had to, you know, learn the hard way that you cannot have only one plan. You need to have plan A, plan B, all the way until plan H. Like, you need to apply to as many things as possible and not expect that the one thing that you do is going to happen. So as a result, I ended up going with plan H, which was Humber College here in Canada. And after a lot of things, a lot of years, and a lot of you know, getting ready, I left Venezuela and I came to Humber and Canada, where I had so many opportunities to be in the studio, learning from so many people, opportunities to record from home, obviously after what happened in the pandemic, and also opportunities to teach, learn, be at the studio as an assistant, perform at different festivals in the city of Toronto, and, you know, meet so many great people. And this is part of the experience that I want to share with you today, because the foundation has helped me a lot with my personal and musical growth. And talking about growth and challenges, I just want to make this quick slide and remind you that it's not only about the studies, but it's also about everything else that's going to happen in your life when you take on this opportunity. If you're studying abroad, which is what I did, coming from Venezuela to Canada, you're going to have to think of traveling expenses, also the experience of renting a room and being with roommates if you've been with your family your whole life, being in charge of the groceries and cooking yourself. You cannot live off of pizza all your life, I promise. And then you might also have to work a day job in order to sustain yourself, because all of these things are financial difficulties. You're going to have maybe a cultural shock when you arrive to a new country, and even the music scene is going to be different. When I came to Canada, I went to Prince Edward Island first, and the music scene over there was Celtic music. So I had to accommodate and learn, and it was an experience that I'm always going to treasure. But I'm just putting it out there so you know. You might get homesick, so make sure that you're spending as much time as you can with your family and friends. And my favorite, The weather. This is a video of me, of course, the first year when I was happy to play with snow, but that quickly fade away. So I just want to let you
That's
know that
funny.
these are things that you might have to think about, that you are maybe not conscious in the moment of applying for a scholarship and the excitement of just going to study music.
And thank you, because it's important to consider all this.
Yes, yes. And of course, this is just a small list. There's a lot of challenges, but it's still, I want to encourage you to apply, and that brings me to my second point: just do it. And in that sense, I want to talk a little bit of information from the foundation, which has already been covered, but in case you want the visual representation, just go to the website. They have a new website, which is beautiful. Here's a video of that, Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation.org. All you have to do is go to the website, and as you can see on the video, click on what we do, scholarships, and read all of that. It's going to answer all your questions, and it's going to have all the links that you need in order to complete it.
And it's in 3 languages, in Spanish and English and Portuguese. No website.
Exactly. You can choose your language. That's very good. And just a reminder, the application deadline, April 10th. You have 34 days left, 5 hours and about 29 minutes. So you have time, but you have to start right now. Don't let it until the last second. We have already covered this with everybody else, but remember, eligibility, have passion for Latin music between the ages of 17 and 25, be admitted to the college, and have the letter of acceptance when you're applying, and complete the online application.
I saw somebody on the chat ask what is financial limitations. So our scholarships are for passion for Latin music between these ages and have financial limitations to pursue a music degree. That means that you or your parents or your family don't have any money to pay for tuition. Okay, so there's a couple of questions about the income and the application.
Definitely. So yeah, if there are any questions, I'm sorry, I'm sharing the screen so I don't read them, but you can stop me at any second. That's fine. And then for the scholarships, I'm gonna cover them again. Everybody should know this by now because we've repeated it, but the Nicky Jam scholarship is just one. If you go to Berklee, up to $200,000. And then the gifted tuition, they give 3 away to any music institution. It doesn't have to be Berklee. And the tuition assistance scholarship, there's 40 opportunities, and it's only for 1 year at any university. Just remember that if you're applying for the Nicky Jam scholarship of the gifted tuition scholarship, you must be a new student. You must be starting the program. You cannot be a current student, but that can be different for the tuition assistance scholarship.
Yeah, Nicky Jam and gifted tuition scholarship, you're starting a bachelor's degree. Tuition assistance, you can be in any semester or any year of study.
And I see a lot of people asking this again, but the only one that doesn't cover housing is the tuition assistance scholarship.
And the gifted, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I might have made a mistake there. But...
It's okay.
And then complete the online application. We just mentioned they're in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. This is everything that you have to submit, and everything is there in the website. Just check it out. The application form, 2 letters of recommendation that must be signed. Don't forget that. The 2 audition videos and a 3rd additional option. Your admission letter, tuition costs, tuition payment dates, other scholarships that you might have received. And the most important thing is that you start the application form today, because as we've mentioned, there's some essay questions that you need to complete in the 3rd page and the 5th page. I made some screenshots so that you can quickly review them. Basically, in the 3rd page, you're going to have to explain materials or books that you use to practice, a practice method, a list of repertoire that you have. And on the last page of the application, you're going to have to answer these essay questions, which is, who is your favorite Latin musician? What's their influence on your studies? And then what is your professional goal and why did you choose to study music?
Yes.
So these are things that you want to start thinking about right now. Don't let it until the very last second. Then finally, my last point is that you be yourself. you know, as we've mentioned before, what songs to record. I really encourage you to do the original composition, which is an optional third video, but I really encourage you to do it to showcase who you are. And then you can also do the 2 cover songs. They can also be originals if you're a singer-songwriter, but if you make the covers, make sure that you're playing what you know and what you love, always, with no exceptions. There's no need to showcase any technical difficulties on your performance. Just do what you love. And they must be contrasting tempos. Don't play 2 ballads. At least one Latin song, and the other one can be in any other style, but remember to showcase your passion for Latin music.
That's great, yeah. Oh, one of the questions also is, it asks you what type of books or what you do to practice. I saw a question about Manuela, if you don't use any specific books, or you can just describe what you do to practice. Okay, like I do this scale, I do these arpeggios, I do this, I sing this. So you can just explain your practice and what you do in a class.
Perfect. And then I've made, during all these years, so many videos for the foundation, and I just want to give you tips about that very quickly. Again, everything has been said already by the rest of the panel, but don't be stressed about not having a professional microphone. Over the course of 7 years, out of those 21 videos that I made, I only use a pro microphone for 11 of those videos. 9 of them I just recorded with my iPhone, and 1 of them I recorded with the earphones, like literally this spaghetti that I have here. So as long as the audio is clear, you'll be fine. And then for the video, again, you don't need a pro camera. 12 of them I just recorded with my phone. So don't go spending money thinking that you need to buy the best equipment. Just create with what you have right now. And some tips, just make sure you have clear audio, good lighting, have a nice image. In this video that I sent to the foundation, I put a phone behind this plant so I could record my cuatro better. And then my mom was holding a lamp from this side of the room so that it looked nicer. So yeah, just make sure you're thinking of those things. And then the video, make it interesting. Always identify yourself. And as a bonus, you can add a fade in and a fade out to the video, or maybe put some intros and some credits. I like to do that so that they can see the list of everything that I did in the video, who I was.
Like Luis Anselmi is saying, make it easy for the committee. If you wrote the song, I wrote the song, you can say it, you can put a graphic, you can put it in the description.
And then, well, just challenge yourself creatively, even if that means like, here are things that you can think about if you feel stuck. Like, well, what can I do differently from what I'm doing already? So think about the arrangement, the instrumentation, composing, editing, live performance, or maybe you're doing overdubs, a storytelling, solo versus group. Well, this one is underrated. Smiling. Don't forget to smile in front of the camera.
Yes.
Maybe dancing, you know, that's a list of things that you can do. And a bonus thing, I encourage you to go check Jack Conte on YouTube. He's an incredible creator and has this video called Work to Publish. And the idea that the world is made of funnels. The more things you put into the world, the more chances you have to get something back. So this goes back to my first point of the presentation. If you're applying to different colleges, make sure that you have lots of plans so that maybe you apply to 8 of them, you get accepted to 5, you get the interview of 3 of them, then you get 2 scholarships and you get 1 visa, and that's the one option that you have. And the same with the Latin Grammy applications for scholarships. You can resubmit, you can make 3 videos and just resubmit them to each of the 3 options of scholarships that are available right now. If you want to go a step further, like Valentina did with the 7 videos, you can make 9 different videos and send 3 for each of the scholarships. And maybe if you want to even go further, just like participate with a friend, like convince a friend to apply and just be, I don't know, in the background doing some vocals or some playing whatever, and so you're also appearing in your friend's submission. Now that's gonna put more eyes into the panel, and that's gonna, you know, give you more considerations, and finally you'll get the scholarship. Now, this is just a hypothetical case. It's not gonna necessarily happen like this, and you'll only be considered for your own submission, not for being on a friend's video. But just remember to find your balance. I don't want people going there like, oh, Luis told me to make 900 videos and now I'm stressed. No. Remember that quality over quantity is always important, and overall your health. So
And you can do different videos, or you can use the same videos for the 3 applications.
and remember to contact the Latin Grammy if you have any questions. They have, social media, email, and I'm also available on social media for any questions that you have. Thank you.
Thank you, Luis. That was great. I'm so proud of all of you. As you can see in the pictures, how you grew all these years. I'm so happy for all of you. Let's open this for questions. Is anybody has a question they want to ask us now?
I ask something?
Yeah, go ahead, Manuela.
Hey, hi everybody. My name is Manuela. I'm from Venezuela also. It's a pleasure. And so I asked also, should my video be a live performance or also a professional recording? Or what do you prefer? What is preferred?
It can be anything that you want. The committee doesn't prefer it to be edited or live. They just want to see your talent and they just want to hear you play. You can do whatever you think is best for you and what best demonstrates your talent and abilities.
Okay, and for the presentation, could it say only like in letters Manuela Serrano singing that, or should I say something to the camera? Or
you can say so. You can write it in the description or put a graphic, or you can just say it in the camera. Some people, if they're using like a video performance that they already have, some people record like a part at the beginning. Hi, my name is Nannette. I'm playing with this band. I play flute. I hope you enjoy. And then starts the other video.
perfect. Thank you so much.
You're
But
welcome.
I think to Luis's point and to the others here, that everything that you do is part of your creative process and who you are as an artist.
Mhm.
So while there could be a formula that you could follow, remember you should be you.
Mhm.
And do what you would do in this situation. So think about that as you're putting that together. Go ahead, Luis. I know all of you are like thinking of something to say here. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, there's no one way to do it. Just have a vision, and if you want to go an extra step, just challenge yourself with one thing. Like, don't think that you have to make everything happen on your first submission ever. Like, even if it's just focusing on like, I want to do this cool trick with the video, or maybe I want to overdub the audio or do whatever that is, just have the vision for that, and there's no one way to do it.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
Maria, you were going to say something as well, right?
Yeah, I was gonna answer. Someone asked if all the videos have to be with your principal instrument, or can be one the principal and one the secondary. So
it can be, yeah.
Yeah, as Aitana did, she played like 15 instruments. Showing what you can do, and that's it.
But yes, like one of the videos should be in your principal instrument, because that's the one you were admitted to.
Exactly.
Cool. Kiara, you got a question? Yeah.
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Clara. I'm from Venezuela too, and I actually studied with Valentina when I was younger.
Cool.
Hi. Hola. But then I moved to Madrid since 2017. Here I am. I have a question because I saw that one of the requirements was to have an English level certificate. And as I live in Madrid, I have a certificate from UK called Cambridge Certificate in the level B2. And I don't know if it will be valid or enough for the requirement, because I from United States.
For our application, for the Prodigy Scholarship, since the students are going to Berklee, so we need to know, they need to have a certain level of English to attend. So we ask you if it's basic, intermediate, or advanced. But Berklee asks you in your application for a type of certificate. Jason, can you help us out with that one?
I'm going to throw this one to Daniel if he's still here. Daniel, you want to help us out with a little advising on the English language requirement?
Definitely. Thanks so much for asking. Yes, so we do have requirements in place, but we're able to accept TOEFL and IELTS and Duolingo. And the requirement are 6 on IELTS, 72 on TOEFL, and 110 on Duolingo.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
so the Cambridge is not accepted.
No, unfortunately not. And we cover most of these through these 3 standardized tests. Another option is to have studied at an institution for more than 2 years, if we're talking high school, and for more than 2 full semesters, if we're talking college. So if you're able to prove that you were in an institution that teaches courses in English, then we're able to waive that requirement for you.
Okay, perfect. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks, Daniel.
Thank you, Clara and Daniel.
I'll be happy to send a link with the supplemental materials that we have on our website so that you can take a look and use that as a reference. How does it sound?
Cool.
I saw that if you need, in the chat, if you need to like translate or the letters of recommendation, you can submit them in English, Spanish, or Portuguese. Oh, and the recommendation letters have to be signed by your professor. That's important. How long do I have to claim the scholarship? So if you're a winner, let's say the Prodigy Scholarship, then you have to start in fall 2023. For the gifted and tuition assistance, if you can't start in fall, you can start in January, but that's it. You can't waive it more. You can just waive it 1 semester.
Sorry, I don't know how to raise my hand. Can I say something? Can I ask you something?
Sure. Hey, Jovan, go for it.
Hi, I'm a high school teacher here in Massachusetts, but I'm trying to help someone that is in Cuba, and she was accepted to the summer semester to Berklee undergrad. So the thing is that, I mean, as you can imagine, she's from Cuba. She doesn't have any funds to pay for tuition or for anything. So she needs to apply. She must apply for the scholarships.
Mhm.
So my question is, when she's applying for the scholarships, she needs to request in advance an extension for the fall semester and to submit, you know, the admission letter for summer, for May, and also the extension at the same time.
It'll help if she already asked for the extension. If she can't get it on time, she can apply with the letter of admission that says May. And if she's the winner, then she can talk to Berklee and say, hey, I won the Prodigy Scholarship. Can I start in fall?
Oh, so it's not a requirement. It's like, I mean, that's something that she can.
Yeah, she can do it later if she's the winner. It's just that with our scholarship, if she wins, she can't start in May because all our funds start in August.
Makes sense. Okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
So Jovan, if she is identified as in this case, the Prodigy Award winner from the Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation, then the Berklee admissions office would want to work with Nannette and her team and with this person as the recipient to make sure that everything lines up.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Cool. Yeah, great question.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Javier.
Hey, hello, I'm Javier from Mexico. I was wondering, for the third video, besides the other 2 cover songs, what's the limit for that video?
I think the limit of time, I think the guidelines say 15 minutes for both performances.
But the third video, it should be included in this 15 minutes?
No, their composition can be anytime because sometimes they have orchestral, compositions or really big projects, and that's okay. It's just the 2 performances, 15 minutes tops for both of them.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome.
Great question.
The instrument I applied with for the scholarship has to be the same which I got at Berklee. One of them should have the principal instrument that you're admitted to, or in the performance, maybe you want to do both. But if you're admitted to flute, the committee wants to hear a little bit of flute.
Yeah, that would be strange. You know, yeah. Great
Excuse me,
question.
I had a question.
Hey, Anna, go
And
for it.
I didn't and I don't know how to like raise my hand.
No worries, go
No
ahead.
worries, you're here.
So my name is Ana and I'm from Puerto Rico. And I just I just wanted to know, you know, that after you win let's say the Prodigy scholarship, I wanted to know or like to know a little bit more, because I do know some stuff about the ay Dios mío, ¿cómo se dice? After you win, you have to do like some stuff.
Okay, like
that's that type of stuff.
yeah,
I just
I'll
wanted to
explain
know
a little
more
bit
about
more.
those.
So
Yeah,
if you
thank you.
win either the Prodigy or the Gifted Scholarship, it's a great program because we're más que una beca. We say, you know, we're more than a scholarship because we give a lot of opportunities to our scholarship recipients. You're going to be able to be a Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation ambassador, and you can represent the foundation in different activities, in social media, in performances, in events. And you can also be in our mentorship program where we can help you. And sometimes we have master classes with artists. So to maintain your scholarship for the Prodigy Scholarship and the Gifted Tuition Scholarship, you have to have 3.5 every semester. And you have to submit an end of semester report after each semester, which includes your grades, your schedule, one recommendation letter from one of your professors, and everything that you've been doing in school and outside of school, all your performances. You can send us links, your program books, everything. And for the tuition assistance scholarships, it's a 3-point grade average. So it depends on the scholarship that you win for the guidelines. But for all of them, you need to send us an end of semester report. And we'll write to you every semester, say, hey, the end of semester report is due in this month. This is what we need, and etc. in order to continue using your scholarship. And you also have to be like in a live music ensemble each year, you know, just to show your love and support for live music and its creators.
Cool. There's another question here from Leanna. She's asking about if citizenship matters for a person applying for the awards.
No, so all applicants have to love live music and want to make live music and play and perform live music during their studies and in their future. Have to be 17 to 25, be admitted, and have financial limitation. Doesn't matter where you're from. We had a student from Indonesia that loved Brazilian and Latin music, and he won 2 times with us, the tuition assistant, Ahmad Farhan, and he graduated from Berklee and still plays live music and Brazilian music.
Cool. Alvaro, your hand's up, sir.
I think Gabriel too.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi. Sorry. There were 2, Gabriel. Sorry.
Alvaro, yeah. You had a comment, sir?
No, there was.
I'm gonna have Alvaro go first, and then I'll go to you, Gabriel. Alvaro, go, sir.
Okay. Yes. I want to talk about an experience I have with the Latin Grammy or the visa. Well, I'm from Peru, and the first time I won the Latin Grammy Scholarship was in order to study in UNT, University of North Texas. But the embassy of USA in Lima, they denied my visa. So I decided to
Oh, you're frozen, but then
We'll come back to Alvaro, yeah.
I know the story. Alvaro then applied for Souza Lima to study, right? And that visa was approved. And then you applied again and you won again, which was
Yeah.
which was amazing. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And he was able to study.
Yeah, so maybe if there is anyone who don't have an American visa or American citizenship, you know, anyone have problem with visa, maybe can thinking other school out, you say, like Canada, like, you know, maybe Brazil or Europe. Right.
Which are great schools, and Luis Anselmi is in Canada, Alvaro is in Brazil, so you have contacts already.
Yeah.
I think Gabriel has a
Yep, we're gonna let's bring Gabriel in. Go for it, sir.
Okay, thanks. Sorry, I'm here in my car. Well, it's not my car; it's my mother's car. I had a lesson, so I just didn't want to lose the.
Of course, no worries. Yeah.
Of course, and I was just apologizing for being in the car. You know. Okay. Well, yeah, I have two questions. Actually, and one comment. I will start with the comment. Luis Anselmi is, as always, great. I have had already been in one of these. He's clubbing. Okay, and I am already been in one of these
panels,
meetings. You know, yeah. Okay, and he's always like. Very creative about like what he does, and like he always astonish the audience, you know. And I think that it's pretty cool that because it's kind of what we had to do. It's like I think that I even talked with him in Instagram. So please contact him because he's very crack, as we say here in Uruguay. Very, because I'm from Uruguay. Yeah. Well, and my question was if the visual part it's like particularly relevant or could be like taken into account, because I have like already a background, you know, like with edition and you know like post-production, like After Effects, Premiere, all these things. And I think that I could I don't know, like potentiate, I don't know how to say it in potenciar, yeah, okay, to boost like the ideas and the music. Like I don't think that the creativity nowadays just had to be like, but this is a personal like way of thinking, like limited to the music. I have a musical teacher that says like here in Uruguay there's a certain expression that probably in Argentina too, like ojo. It's like take care, and he uses like ojo when we're talking about music, you know, because of like the idea. I don't know if it's understood.
Yeah, so Nannette, you know, what are your thoughts here on Gabriel's question about, you know, the idea of the visual versus the audio?
Sorry for
when you're thinking of you know, the evaluators for these awards, you know, what is it that they're really kind of trying to get from the material that people are submitting?
So they want to listen to you play. They want to listen and see your talent and your potential, especially. But like Luis Anselmi said, if you want to do visuals, that's going to differentiate you and that's going to show who you are. So that's part of your identity. So that's going to help the community see who you are and your creativity. So if you want to do it and you have time, just go ahead. Take a shot.
For those people that don't have a lot of technology, they have like a phone and that's it. You know, it's something where that's not going to count against them, right?
Exactly. That's not going to count. They're just going to hear you play. You're gonna hear you play and see your talent and your potential.
Cool.
It doesn't say and how they score. It doesn't say the video or the editing or no. It just
Okay.
says tone, harmony, rhythm, etc.
Valentina, you had some thoughts?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, because I've seen a lot of Venezuelan people here. I'm so glad to see them. I hope to see you all next year here. But take into consideration that in Venezuela, we don't have a USA embassy. You have to travel to get your visa. That's very complicated, and the waiting list for the visa is insanely long. So take that into consideration. Start looking up where you can go, where the dates are available for you, because that's very, very important. I think my visa schedule was for like 2024, and I had to like be in the website like all day trying to get a spot for this year so I could go to Berklee this year. So please, if you're Venezuelan, take that into consideration. And second thing that I want to say very short, just remember that for these videos, you're targeting people. I had the privilege to sing the Latin Grammys with Nicky Jam when he announced that he was going to be the artist that was going to sponsor the scholarship, and he's like so nice. He's like so funny and nice. You're targeting somebody. So I like connected with Sophia very, very well, but I would encourage you to like look what Nicky Jam likes, like maybe get a hint of reggaeton, like use urban music, use all the things you can for you in your videos, because like I didn't do it on purpose, but Sophia and I like really, really connected, and I think that brings the artist like, oh, this guy did a reggaeton song, that's so cool, you know. So make sure that you're connecting to people, not to like a Latin Grammy. It's people, and they're all very nice.
Thank you, Valentina. I think there's 2 more questions. Janinsa, I think, has a question.
Hi, how are you guys?
Hi.
So actually, my name is Gabriela. Is that I have my mom's account here?
Oh, okay. Hi, Gabriela.
Hi, my name is Gabriela Flynn. I'm from Puerto Rico. I just had a few questions, starting with, so I'm of course born and raised Puerto Rican, but I'm not influenced out as much for Puerto Rican music. I'm more influenced in Brazilian music, like samba. So is it like a problem if I want to like extend more to other types of genres that is not maybe what is popular here in like Puerto Rico or stuff like that?
No, not at all. That's Brazilian music is part of your identity, and that's what you like, and that's what you love, and that's what you do best, and that's what your videos are going to be. Okay, so there's no problem at all.
Perfect. And regarding so I heard about compositions. It can be any type of compositions, because I'm a songwriter. I'm more into the pop industry and a little bit of ballad industry as well. So I can just put one, like the 2 videos of my bass playing, because my main instrument is a bass. But can I also put another video of like the song, or I can just play it, or is there an audio, or do I have to record myself somehow, like recording the song?
It can be an audio, or it can be a video, whatever you have, or whatever you can prepare. I think I know you, Gabriela, no? You're Jorge Flynn's daughter. Yeah. You're so big. Oh my gosh. Nice to see you.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I think we have time for one more, and Sebastian's here. So let's bring Sebastian in.
Hi, nice to meet you, Sebastian from Dominican Republic. So I have a question. I received a partial scholarship to Berklee, and if I receive a Latin Grammy Scholarship, could I have an admission extension in any case I don't have the rest of the funds by September?
Can you repeat the question?
Okay, I just received a partial
scholarship, yeah.
To Berklee. In any case, I receive also a Latin Grammy Scholarship. Can I have an admission extension in any case I don't have the rest of the funds by September?
Okay, yeah. You can definitely, you could start in January. if you need the rest of funds. If you win the gifted or the tuition assistance, then you can start in January. If you win the Prodigy Scholarship, then you have no problem because you're gonna be okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So this has been a great session, Nannette. I think we shared a ton of information. Maybe you and in the panel here, if you wanted to share any last thoughts before we wrap things up for today.
I just wanted to say thank you to everyone, to all the scholarship recipients for connecting. Thank you to Kevin, the manager of programs of the foundation, for his support. He's here, and to Mari Carmen from my team, and Jason, Daniel, and Harrison. Thank you always for your support to the foundation and for all these talented students. I wish we had 1,000 scholarships to give, but we'll continue, to raise funds to continue to support so many talented musicians.
Thanks so much, Nannette.
Yep. Valentina, Aitana, Maria, Alvaro, and Luis, any last thoughts before we break that you would want to share with all of these wonderful people that are joining us today? What do you got, Maria?
Yeah, I just want to say that remember to have fun while you're recording, because that's gonna show up.
Yes.
Like the jury is gonna notice that you love what you do. So that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Valentina.
Yes, just feel free to DM me on Instagram if you have any more questions. Definitely, I had like 5-minute time slot to talk. But if you guys want to reach out to me, I left my Instagram on the chat. It's valence.music on Instagram. So please feel free to do if you have any more questions.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I would just say, do it. Don't think that it's not gonna. Don't think about any of that. Just go right now after the meeting is over. Go to the website and start the application.
Yeah.
And you don't have to finish it tonight, but just the act of starting it's gonna lead you somewhere. We don't know where that is, but something's gonna happen. So just go and do it, and have fun and reach out. We're here to help anywhere.
Absolutely.
Instagram, email. We're here.
Hi, Tana. What do you got?
Yeah, well, somehow my video is not working anymore. But what I have to say is that you guys that are here and are gonna apply, and probably one of you or all of you or some of you are gonna get this scholarship, you have no idea how your life is gonna change. Like, you have no idea how, I repeat it, your life is gonna change. It's gonna be a whole different universe for you, and you're gonna be super grateful for being here today, taking notes and doing all of these tips and doing all this. You're gonna be thankful to yourself.
Cool.
I said that from experience.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aitana. And it's important, if you win, like these scholarship recipients, it's important to give back. Give back and help others have these great opportunities.
Yeah. Alvaro, what are you thinking, sir?
Yeah, two things. The first one is, guys, don't be afraid to apply. Just like Luis said, just do it. And if you don't win, you don't get the scholarship, try it next year. Try to do it next year. Don't be afraid. Just do it. And the second one, who everyone is applying this year, it's don't lie on the form. If your family have an income more than 2,000, put that their income is more than 2,000. If you don't have a routine for study, write that you don't have a routine, but don't lie, because the Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation investigate all the information. So yeah.
Okay, word to the wise. Make sure you're honest with the information you share.
Funny.
Wonderful. On that note, Nannette, Valentina and Aitana, Maria, and Luis and Alvaro, and also to the teams at Berklee and at the Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation. Thank you for taking time to do this. Again, the session has been recorded. We will edit it and get it up online on our the Berklee Global YouTube page tomorrow. That way you'll have the chance to come back and kind of dig through this, especially just the ideas that all of these panelists have shared, the information that Nannette has shared, And also, Luis, your presentation, which every time you do it, it's just so clean and really easy to understand. We truly appreciate the time and effort you put into that. So take advantage of this and dig in. Again, how many days do we have left, Luis?
34 days, 5 hours, and maybe.
So you got 34 days. I mean, you know, albums have been written and recorded in a day. So all of you have plenty of time to really kind of dig in and put your best foot forward here. You're going to learn through this experience, which is wonderful. This is why we're all here. And it's going to take you to that next step in your musical journey, which we all look forward to seeing. So thanks to everybody. Thanks for your time. We wish you the very, very best, and looking forward to meeting the next Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation Scholarship recipients later this spring.
Good luck, everyone. Buena suerte a todos. Boa suerte.
Have a good night.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye.